Webdesign, Fastlane or Slowlane? I am quite good at creating websites and at the moment have no really good Fastlane ideas, but was wondering on if you guys would think it's worth me registering a business and using my time making websites. This idea sounds Slowlane to me, but would this gain me useful experience? I have 2 weeks off work with sickness, so I'm stuck in bed but also with a computer to hand, so need something productive to keep me busy. You can't say in general if it's fast or Slowlane. It's how about you build this? If you can automate things, it could be Fastlane. Maybe you should use your skills to earn some money to boost another project. If you have time to spare, just do it. Or what I would do, just read some good books and fuel your mind with new information. It's all about what you need. If you need more knowledge, read books. If you need some quick money, make websites. It doesn't matter, with both ways you will learn something. With kind regards, Patrick. Edit. I forget, you have to consider that this is a very crowded business space. Thanks. I have to admit the only thing holding me back is the fact it's crowded. I have no need to make money quick, but living with parents, 8 to 5 job, you know. I was wondering this too. I do website design or development and have been doing pretty well. I'm thinking about incorporating and trying to attract higher paying clients to fund future ventures or pay off school debt. How do you create your sites? WordPress? That's what I use. Custom. Joomla? Just curious to see how others do it. Nice thread. What about creating outstanding templates and selling them? That would work. I had made some web design too, but I think it's not the right way to go for me. I want to try different things, go out and try some new stuff. That's why I am not into it anymore, so I do it for my projects if I need to, but not anymore for clients. Ps, I am still in a 9 to 5:30 job too. At least for now. Edit. I used WP and one time Drupal. Was a hassle to learn it, but if you will use it often it is definitely worth a shot. Read Built to Sell. It's in the bookstore here, but I'd get the Kindle version if stuck in bed sick. Just get it now. It's very relevant to what you're talking about here. When you stop, does your income stop? Slowlane. However, that said, by all means do it. You will get paid to learn. And what are you learning? You're getting paid to build systems. Fastlane. Additionally, as mentioned above, you can focus on creating templates. Once you build a template, it survives time and will work for you in time. Meaning, you can make money while sleeping. For example, take a look at this. This template has been sold 2,430 times at $18 a pop. That's $43,000. And the template has been up for 5 months, that annualized is about $100,000 a year, FN passive. Not counting the commission the website receives. This is how you leverage your work. You build something that survives time and can be scaled. Take a look here, some guys doing more than 1M in sales. Obviously the true fastlaners here are the guys that built the platform. Slowlane. Plus one top-selling theme. Forest authors are not really 100% passive, they provide active support to clients plus keep templates up to date. Agree. But if you are making 1M in sales you can hire developers to do that, I guess. But yes, is not 100% passive, but not too bad either. I was a web developer for a while and MJ hit the nail on the head. You couldn't pay me enough money to build for anyone else ever again. Templates or not. Yet, I learned all of the little tricks for setting up a business online while getting paid. CRM, programming, SIP phones, gateways, blah, blah, blah. I did have employees, but that literally just meant a new set of problems that I wouldn't want to go through again while being responsible for delivering a contracted product. What are you up to now? I have a line of products that I sell via direct response or e-commerce and soon to be retail. Elliot. First of all, I want to point out that building websites and running a website design business are completely different. There are a lot of skills needed to run any business that you won't have gained from simply building websites. Second, building websites is difficult to leverage. If you are the one developing, you can only work on one site at a time, and while you're developing you can't be outselling. Webdesign and development can be Fastlane if you use the right strategies. Maintenance contracts have low entry prices with a monthly maintenance cost to update servers, make changes to the page, etc. Having my own business that offers this service, I can attest that the majority of people do not have many changes on a monthly basis, and if they do, charge accordingly. It is not uncommon for organizations like school districts to pay $1,000, $2,500 a month just for maintenance on their site. Hosting. Everyone needs hosting, and most businesses have no idea how much hosting costs. I charge $20 per site per month, and cost to me is $25 per month. With 10 accounts, I am making $225 a month from doing nothing. Mobile sites. Mobile is all the rage, as it should be. Charge an upfront fee to create a mobile site for someone, and then charge a monthly fee to host and maintain it. There are low barriers to entry in this industry. Sites like Odesk have made it easy to outsource the majority of the work. If you can somehow reach a ton of people scale, you may be able to make this a Fastlane business. Ivu. Thanks for the great post. A problem that I find myself running into is marketing my business to high-end clients. Currently, I only use Craigslist and post in about 5 cities daily that are pretty close to my location, and I get a lot of cheap people or individuals that are on a tight budget. I am actually creating more Craigslist accounts right now and am wrapping up my personal business website. I plan to begin charging for hosting on the next client that I get. I just became an LLC. I have been doing web development for only a year and use WordPress. How do you market your business? Do you have any advice for hooking clients and keeping them once you state the monthly charges for maintenance? Do you have any general advice for someone who is relatively new to the development world? A tremendous thanks in advance. Hi Logic. Craigslist is tough. I bought an autoresponder that automatically responds to ads with certain keywords such as WordPress HTML website in the computer gigs section. I did get a good amount of leads, but none of them materialized exactly because of what you said. These are all people trying to get a deal and on a tight budget. The website business is primarily a people business. Seriously? Every single client I have gotten has been someone I was friends with, acquaintances with, worked with, or a referral from a friend. I used to think that making nice websites that were sleek would get me clients. And it can, but it's mostly relationship based. Case in point, I met this woman at a networking event a few years ago. She rattled off all the accounts she had, 7 to 11, University of Washington, etc. I was impressed by her client list and was expecting a killer website. Instead, I got this: my best advice to you would be to think of a way that you are different from all the other web people out there and start networking. Let everyone know that you are now making websites for people and don't do any free work. I made the mistake of doing a couple of sites for free, and it was a pain. When people have no skin in the game, they can become very demanding. Hope this helps. I don't understand. Are you saying that the web developer's website is lacking, so therefore, how could they do something for you? And yes, my impression of the website is that it's below average and looks dated. I failed to mention that the woman was a networking queen. She attended various events each week, tapped into her husband's network, etc. My point to Liquid and Elliot was that it's a relationship business, and that having the technical know-how is not all you need to be successful in this or any business. This person has A-list clients through her relationships but offers a subpar product, that people buy because of their relationship with her, not her technical abilities. Thanks again for the replies. It's definitely an angle that I didn't consider. I'm only 19 years old and in college. I think a lot of credibility will be immediately dismissed because of my age if I were to attend a networking event like you mentioned. I've done pretty well selling sites in the $350 $500 range, but I see quite a few people charging nothing less than $1,000 for sites that I can easily replicate. I've been thinking that looking big, acting small might be a good veil to hide my age and allow me to land higher-end clients. Would you guys be hesitant or opposed to having a website developed by someone that is young like me? Don't hide. Be professional but don't pretend. I would rather hire someone your age than a networking king or queen. I bet many high-end clients have had experience with such folks and understand what that's about. If there are A-listers she's worked with, enabling her to say, you know, and they know it's just throwing her a bone, to maintain the networking relationship. If you pretend, you would be doing the same thing as her, except she has more experience and expertise in the art of blowing smoke, so you'd lose right there. There's no contradiction between developing your relationships and also having actual technical skills. Everybody knows that the best techies are doing their best work in their teens and 20s. Everybody knows Zuckerberg wasn't a middle-aged dude attending networking events. If you're going to emulate anyone, be like the Zuckerberg of your local network, the young whiz kid, not like the networking queen. The main thing is you have to make a bulletproof case for being reliable, not like one of those dine and dash website guys that burn people all the time. The fact that you charge so much less not only implies that you don't have the skills, it also implies that you are one of those Craigslist looking for a gig transients. No. P.S. It's nice you see existing sites you can easily replicate, but if that's all you can do, why bother? You need to do a lot better. P.S. Number 2, I see my brain mixed up Ivo's post and yours between the page break. But anyway, the point still stands. Also would definitely agree with others that personally doing this kind of work for local businesses is surely not the way to go in the long term. That site looks like it was made on the free version of front page that came with Windows 98 ! I am not going to go ahead with putting energy into this now. I have a couple of sites to make for people I know, and I must admit sites take me time, maybe even a full day sometimes to create, so per hour price is low. I will put my mind in other places and hopefully start something this year. What? You can't be too young. You can just be too old for things. Especially web stuff. You're young, so you know the latest trends. Dress well, act mature, and you'll be respected. Youth never stopped me from doing business deals and from being taken seriously. Go for it. What you're saying makes me think about how is one of the best things you can hear from a successful oldester. Once you stop hearing that, it probably means getting old and or you're hanging around the wrong set of people. Totally agree with this. I guess I am in the similar boat with you. I have been doing this for about 7 years now, since I was 13, and worked my way through these hurdles. Although I didn't commit much time to it throughout the younger years, so all of that could be consolidated if focused on. Right now I'm 20, and in some months I have brought in $10,000. But average around $7,800. This is really great, and these numbers have really improved my quality of life, but I realize that as soon as I stop working, bam, no money coming in. It sucks, and I really have to work my ass off sometimes. Thus I am trying to get into products such as templates, Fastlane. Anyhow, I agree with MJ that the great thing about this is that you learn how to build systems. You also get an insight into how others are doing their business right or wrongly, and you learn new languages, etc. Paid to learn, and the more you learn or the higher your skill set, the more you can charge. You also have to find the right people. I wasted a bunch of time when I was younger hanging in the wrong places, similar to Craigslist, with people who have a very small budget. I know trading time for money is a poor strategy, but if you work it out, you are probably putting many hours in for that less than $1,000 job, so you're not making much per hour. That said, you are learning etc., and if you enjoy programming, it's probably more enjoyable than working in an awful job at the same or less rate. There are different tiers of customers who want websites. Anyway, back onto what I was meant to say is, as long as you have a good portfolio, good clients showcasing your work, act responsibly, be confident, and let your age be a positive factor, you will do well. If you don't, take on these jobs. Learn as much as you can and do a great job. Showcasing what you can do, believe it or not, this is very subjective and just my opinion, but I think for most people they just want their information online, and design and copy is the most important thing as opposed to how well you can code. But if you get the more technical job, then your code quality matters. This improves over time anyway. There is a chain of restaurant or lunch shops in my city. They are growing right now and have 14 stores. I went in and I liked the shop, so I decided to check out their website. Turns out it was really outdated. So I sent them an email telling them how much I loved their shop, but it's a shame that their website didn't reflect how cool their shop was. I didn't expect a reply, but a few days later they got in touch with me. They mentioned they had planned to redo it. I was shocked that a big chain would answer a young guy like me. A few emails with portfolio went back and forth, and then I met the owner of the company himself, who was impressed that I was young, and it became a positive factor. He mentioned, "You guys are up to date with all the latest tech. I got the gig. So don't let it hold you back. Just make sure you are reliable and can do a great job, and that's all that matters." Hope my experience somehow helps. Best way to get web design clients: network, write articles for specialty trade magazines, give free seminars, give free webinars, blah, blah, blah. If I had to start it all over today, I'd advertise exclusively via seminars and local meetups. I'd also only focus on being a performance marketing expert. There's better pay in the marketing and the client questions you less. Lujan, I'm going to start charging for hosting or maintenance on the next and subsequent clients that I get to start a passive or recurring income stream. I'm just going to use HostGator hosting and bill clients using PayPal, which will eliminate the need to handle credit card information. If anyone knows of a better alternative, I'd appreciate any info. But as was mentioned earlier, you can build a passive stream of revenue by offering web hosting or domain name or maintenance services. Build up a large clientele at $25 to $50.00 each and you're set. The development money is just the icing on the cake. Yeah, that's a good way to get some passive income. I do this too. I have a VPS though. Will you be doing shared hosting via a reseller? The only problem I have had so far, and friends, is that clients may need support, especially if they host their email on the account etc. But for the most part for me, I have had no problems and very little support. I'm pretty sure you could scale it up, but I haven't really pushed it that far, and for me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks limited by the number of clients you have. Unless you were to set it up as a web hosting company, but that isn't a solid reason not to do it. Exactly. If you're good at something, it just becomes more impressive that you did it so young. Only a fool would discriminate you just because of age, so if someone does, they did you a favor. These are the people that don't believe in themselves either. Feel sorry for them and rock on. Do your thing, BTW. What do you think? Why there are 30 under 30 lists? It's cool to be under 30. Didn't try the rest of these, but networking has definitely been a winner for me. Whenever I'm around business owners, usually at some point they ask me what I do, and it goes something like this: I create websites. Really? I need a website. Literally, that's my whole pitch. And from that point on they insist on having my phone number. Because there is a need out there, definitely. I don't know that using PayPal billing is the best option. Sure, it's free and easy, but in my mind it seems kind of amateurish. I think you'd be better off getting a QuickBooks account or something similar, and sending monthly invoices to clients. You can either accept checks, or QuickBooks Online has an option where clients can pay you online and they take $75 or something like that. Lastly, you can have your customers fill out a form that has their credit card information and a release that says you are allowed to charge it if they do not contest charges on their invoice within X amount of days. Then, get a Square for free and process payments that way. I know the topic has changed a little, but I have decided to follow a course videos on how to create WordPress and Dreamweaver themes, and also HTML5. CSS3 with Dreamweaver. Even though I am not really up on this, hopefully I can have a play around. I have made a site for my partner personal training which is very basic, and I just let her type in the words, but the problem that might be a worry now is that many sites offer these easy website builders so any business can use this. I have been reading this thread but am still not sure this is Fastlane, but not much else to spend my time on. ATM. The website builders haven't dominated the market yet, and some people would rather give the job to you than do it themselves. I somehow related this also to, the competitor to be feared is one who never bothers about you at all, but goes on making his own business better all the time. Henry Ford. I'll definitely check out QuickBooks, Evu, thanks. And the website builders Weebly, Wix, etc. Still require a time investment for the business owner. Many folks are intimidated by the thought of building a website themselves. They're also limited in creativity, and if they want something that is even somewhat unique, they would have to invest more time learning how to do it. There's a Fastlane need that can be solved. Create an even better website builder. Still, there will always be a need for a custom, or semi-custom website WordPress or templates, because many don't want to invest their time into something that is unfamiliar to them. There are two ways that I see to make web design worth your time. First, create and sell templates. This has already been mentioned, and it is a good passive way to make income. So many people are building off of templates and just modifying them a bit. Second, create for a client. This can be landing page design, optimizing designs, or designing entirely new sites with the promise to follow up to make sure the design is producing good sales. Today, people don't want just a nice design. They want a design that increases their sales. This is the direction things are going, and any design firm that can't do this will fall behind. Companies pay top dollar for landing page design and optimizing site designs. Optimizing is more data-oriented. Once you get the experience, it is not too difficult if you have some marketing talents. Companies pay me $30K plus just to optimize their designs. They will not be willing to spend $30K plus on a new look, but if you are optimizing their design to achieve X% more sales, then they will see the ROI. Take some marketing and add copy courses in school. Then work on some small sites on the side and offer follow-up with optimization work so you can get familiar with analyzing the data to determine where design changes need to be made. It is not passive income, but there is big money paid for your time if you are good. Thanks for some great advice. I'm really interested in the concept of sites that convert, not just sites that look great. I finished Maria Veloso's book on web copy that sells, and I'm just starting cashvertising. I just need to apply it right now. Any good resources you recommend? Experience. It is the best resource you can have. Too many people make the mistake of reading books about how to do something instead of just doing it. If you already design for clients, offer to set up tracking for their sites and fix any issues you see. Use Google Analytics and set up goals. You just need to enter the thank you page, the page someone sees when they complete an order or lead as a goal. Use Google Content Experiments to run A or B or X tests on any pages that you think can be improved. Never be scared to make a drastic layout change on a page and test it out. See if there are any pages where visitors are dropping off. I did a detailed case study where you can read more how we found an issue with traffic flow. See the traffic flow section at. Make sure you get all of the basics down. Have testimonials, customer reviews, security badge in footer and checkout, keep a simple design, easy to follow navigation, etc. Use services like ClickTail and watch videos of users browsing the site. You will get to see where they are reading and why they left. Test. Most conversion rate optimization firms and the information out there is garbage. I have had several companies contact me and tell me their bad experiences with other CRO firms. You will read articles how you should change button colors or change the text for a link, and that will generate huge increase in conversions. It is never that simple, but many firms out there will focus so much on the wrong goals and then dance around because they got 137% more people to click on a button. Did it generate more revenue or just distract people before they were ready to buy? The goal is always more revenue and profits. Always focus on the bottom line. Go out there and get involved in as many sites as possible to see how they are generating their revenue and how you can increase it through improving design or navigation or trust or etc. Every site is different, so don't think books or articles will help you out. The books and articles will basically tell you the same things over and over and over, but using different stories. They basically will tell you how to gain trust, keep things easy to understand for your customer, make things easy to find or purchase, keep the presentation clean, and give the customer value. You might find a good tip here and there by reading, but getting hands-on experience is the only way to move forward. I have been in the web design industry for the past couple years. It can be Fastlane only if you build a team, have an actual office and just manage the team. I currently operate a virtual team and manage to do around $30,000 per year, which is nowhere near Fastlane. However, I have saved up enough and will be opening an office in New Delhi next year with a sales and development team along with an offline marketing campaign in newspapers, mags, hoardings etc. By the second year I hope to have a team making iPhone or Android games as well, and by the third year I expect to open a new branch in another city. That can be pretty Fastlane. Take yourself out of the equation. I am a top-notch award-winning designer and a decent coder myself, yet I don't do that anymore. I only manage people now, and I am now learning to be as good of a manager as I am a designer. And hosting and SEO services are important, recurring revenue is crucial. I also do a lot of upsells like FB likes, Twitter followers etc. I am trying to follow the idea from Bate Flynn giving me experience with using WordPress now and Google AdSense. Has anyone else had any experience with creating a AdSense site, ranking high on Google and living off the ad profits? Web design can definitely be the fast lane if done right. I used to do web design and graphic design on the side. That's history. But let's say I still get income once in a while from my designs, but either way I feel a lot of work is put into the designs. I can charge $1,000 for a simple MySpace design back in the days, but had to take a lot of SHT from people. Not worth the money in my opinion.